friends. It's Erin Byron here today to tell you about a wonderfully balancing breathing practice, or pranayama, called alternate nostril breathing. Some folks use the Sanskrit term anuloma viloma for that. I prefer to think of it as Nadi Sodhana, which is its other name. Nadi, I speak of this in other videos, are what the Chinese acupuncturists call meridians, and nadis are the channels that our energies flow through, and shodhana means balancing. So if you notice, even right now, hold one nostril closed. And as you take a breath through that single nostril and then do the same thing on the other side, one nostril is a little clearer than the other nostril. Typically, for most people, it's easier to breathe through one side than the other side. And for most of us, if our breathing passage is healthy, that changes about every 90 minutes. They've even been able to link that to the hemispheric activity of the brain and to our circadian rhythms, to our energy levels through the course of a 24-hour day. We tend to breathe more dominantly through the right side, the yang, or what the yogis would call pingala, when we are active, when we're alert, when we're outward reaching. So that spurt of energy you have during your workday when you're feeling ultra productive and really outside of yourself, getting these tasks done. And we're more left side dominant, yin, or what the yogis call ida, left, dominant when we are more introspective, when we're slowing down, when we are looking inwards and not so focused on the outer world. So you think about yourself, the difference between you at about lunchtime versus you in the mid-afternoon, that is a really clear picture of most people switching dominance from Pingala to Ida, from right to left dominance. And if we are chronically dominant on one side or the other, I think that in today's society we're a little bit yang dominant. We're a really active, busy, stressed group of folks. The left nostril gets really limited. I heard a story of a great teacher from BC, Padma, who was once told to put cotton in her right nostril so that the calming effects of breathing through that Ida nadi, the yin channel, were amplified. Now, the balancing practice of Nadi Sodhana is, it requires your counting. In a different video, I talked to you about using your left hand as an abacus counter, and in that way we get 12 beads of the abacus from each of the 3 parts of the 4 fingers. It's fine for you to let that go for now and just get used to the practice before worrying about the count if you aren't already using your hand as a counter. Now the right hand comes into a mudra. This is called Vishnu mudra, and the way we hold it is the thumb is up and the other 2 fingers are up. You can see they're not straight up. My hand just doesn't bend that way. I suspect yours doesn't very well either. The other 2 fingers are right down on the pad of that thumb. The thumb is going to seal the right nostril, and the ring finger is going to seal the left nostril. Now, for folks who have asthma or allergies or even anxiety or other conditions that cause them to feel stressed by manipulating their breath in this way, here is the gentlest way to balance out those nadis, to balance the hemispheres of the brain and the energy levels. Just inhale through the left side. Let's do 4 count together. And exhale through the right side. Inhale through the right side. And exhale through the left. Great. So that was a beginner's practice. That was a beginner's count. Ideally, if you've been practicing your yoga for some time now, you're quite readily able to do in for 8, out for 8, if any of those other things are a concern for you. Now, moving this up a level, let's add a pause between the inhale and the exhale. So we'll use a 6 count this time. This is an intermediate practice. Sealing the right nostril with the thumb, inhale through the left. Pause. Lift the thumb, exhale right. Inhale right, thumb stays lifted, in goes the breath. Seal the nostrils and pause. Lift the ring fingers, exhale. Great. So you notice that was an equal count again, right? 6 in, hold for 6, out for 6. Now, I meant to tell you that if you are pregnant, you don't want to interrupt the flow of air in your body at all during pregnancy. So do not do those holds, the pauses in the breath if you're pregnant or if you have a heart condition either. Now, moving on to a fuller expression of this Nadi Sodhana, we're going to switch the count up a little bit. We do this by ratios. So we're going to inhale for a ratio of 1, hold for a ratio of 4, and exhale for a ratio of 2. I'm choosing a 4 count. It's the most common one that a teacher will offer you. Inhaling 4, holding for 16, and exhaling for 8. If at any time during this video or during your practice on your own you feel like you're competing with your body, you feel like you're straining, like you're getting flushed, your heartbeat is changed, you feel dizzy, agitated, upset, guess what? That is a sign that you're pushing too hard. What's so important about mastering this count right now? Nothing. So stay in the place where you are comfortable, and that will have the purest effect on your energy. So here we go together, sealing the right nostril, inhale for 4. Hold for 16. Just relax your brow, pause. If you know your bandhas, this is a really nice time to play with those bandhas. And then lifting the thumb, exhale. Slow, control this. Nice. Inhale 4. Seal. A little smile helps. The stillness of the breath is like the stillness of the mind. Lift the ring finger, exhale. Slow and steady. Inhale through that same side. Seal. Clear mind. Little smile. Lift the thumb, exhale. This feels more comfortable the more we practice. Inhale through that side. Seal. And lift the ring finger, breathe out. Lovely. Rest your hands down, close your eyes just for a moment. Notice your breathing. Does your nasal passage feel more clear now? As long as you're not fighting a cold, it probably does. The practice of jala neti can help continue to clear the passage. But do you notice that your breath is deeper? Lighter? How about your sense of balance? How are your emotions? Typically, we find that Nadi Sodhana will balance our emotions, will prevent us from feeling so agitated, and this is a brilliant practice to launch us into dharana, to launch us into concentration. That it is so steadying for the mind to practice Nadi Sodhana, so balancing, that we're very prepared for a meditation practice immediately following. So give this a try at whichever of those variations work for you, or you can talk to your own yoga teacher about this. It's always recommended that you have the support of a teacher to endeavor into these more advanced practices or out of the ordinary practices. If you have any questions, you can also go to some of the ancient books like the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, or some of the works out of the Yoga Institute in Mumbai, which can support you on this path as well. Please leave your comments and let me know how it's going. Forward this video to any of your other friends who are looking for options with alternate nostril breathing, and remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for sharing these practices with me and for your watching these videos. Take care.